Dams. I don't play with dams much. Actually, I don't think I've ever laid one down. There's a few tutorials out there about dams. This one's going to be about 40 minutes long because there's going to be different things I'm going to mess with. Like I'm going to try to use 2 dams and 3 dams, and it's going to be a whole host of trial and errors. I'll put the basic information up front so that you can skip the rest of the 40 minutes, or you can tortuously watch with me as I go through this. Right now this dam is not operating. Why? You see that? That would be the water line. See these protrusions? Well, that's what the water's supposed to enter. The water's supposed to be actually up there. Or up there is even better. But the water being down there, it can't reach the turbines and it can't spill out the other end. Right? Well, I guess you don't know, right? But that's what the problem is. So, knowing that, I'm going to try to build one lower. Now again, I've never built one of these, so it's going to be a cluster. But essentially, I want to use that dark line right there. Instead of putting it way up there where they put it, I'm going to lower it. Now, I could use Move It to do this, but that's not going to help anybody. But at that, I will be using Move It to adjust stuff. But right now, I'm thinking that, yeah, no problem. I can just build across here and put a dam in front of a dam, in which that won't work either. So here I am trying to figure out, okay, so what line do I want to... Well, the water line's just below that. So if I use that for the top of my dam, that means the water level should be closer to that slope wall. Unfortunately, doesn't matter what I do, I can't get this to go across the river. And you'll see why. So click there. That's the level where I want it at. That's where I want the road to be. Water is required. So it's like, so it's going to defeat me every step of the way. So I got to bulldoze this. But before I do so, what I want to do is put a line of trees approximately where I want the dam to start. Or where I got to go below. Because as long as well, the problem here is, well, that's the natural water line. Right now, wherever the water sources are, they're sort of shut off. Right? Because, well, they've reached their level, so they're not going to, excrete any more water. And that's what's wrong with this dam. The water level's not rising. Right? So what we need to do is put this at a level where the water will get above that straight line and get to the I guess the input jets of the dam, so it'll operate properly. So where was that line? Oh, there's the trees. So it's that line there. Let's try that. So, if that logic is sound, then this water will rise to the point. Wow, is it ever rising fast? It should rise, and we should actually hear it turn on. Oh, we should be able to see it turn on too, but they do have a sound that happens when they are functioning, operating. And that doesn't look like it's going to operate. It looks like it's going to be empty on this side. In which, that's the other criteria to make a dam work. It has to be 2 different water levels. But right now, let's one step at a time. Let's get this thing to work first. So, if the calculations or my guess, if my guess was right, it should start operating at this level, because that's where the water level was. Maybe I was too close to it. Maybe I should go below the water level so that it enters the spillway, turns the turbine. No, 32 megs. 48. Now the question is, will it stay there? So essentially, see what I mean? The water level has to be up to that slope wall. It just shut down. I guess there's some jostling back and forth. There's wave action. The water, they say the water mechanics in this game are weird, or interesting at best. Off. It's off again. So maybe what happened, I did put it too high. Certainly looks like it. So I'm going to do the cheat. Move it to drop it down a wee bit. But I'm just, essentially what's going on is I'm being a little impatient. Plus, there's another thing that is working against me that I don't quite realize quite yet. You hear the sound? It's operating. 48 megawatts right now that it's pumping out. Oh, 32 megawatts. Between 48 and 32. Oh, you hear that? It's shut off. Oh, operating. The other problem is this other channel beside. There are 2 water spawners. And what's happening is water's coming through here, pushing back on this water, causing this water spawner to shut off. So you'll get a rise and a dip, a rise and a dip, a rise and a dip, confusing the water spawner. That's way behind us, or way behind camera. But it seems like it's stable for now, in which, yeah, it's not really going to stay that way. But, you know, I don't want to spoil that for you. See the water rushing in here? Through that little channel? Yeah. I don't quite figure it out for a little while, but after a while, it does start to make sense. That this water is pushing a wave back up the river. You really can't see it. It's more like an undercurrent. But it's there. And this is where I figure out, yeah, that's probably what's going on. So I'm going to take out this channel. Eventually. I'm going to bulldoze it, or level it in, excavate it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's one of the rare tools that has an undo button. So let's take a reading. Let's take that mark, and then push it right across. Fill it in, and now the water is going to seep through, come to the surface. Always like this part. And spill over. Now that was the water that was in that channel. So just to help me out and get things done a little faster, I'm going to put a retaining wall here, so that all that extra water will spill out to the other little river. Now these 2 rivers are isolated. And this water spawner, or the water spawner for this river, won't have to compete with the other one. Eventually, I'm hoping that the water will rise to that level. And this thing will turn back on. It looks like it's rising. Not incredibly equally, but I mean, there's a lot of sloshing going on right now. Oh yeah, that's rising. Okay. So sooner or later, we should hear it start up. And now. No, of course not. It's nowhere near. It's got to be up to that line. Oop, that's getting closer. Put your ear to it. Let's see if it turns on. Because it's getting closer. There we go. Hear that? She's running. Turbines are turbining. The water is being excreted out the other end. And I think it's going to level off at 32 megs. So now here. Now I'm wondering, if I can make that there, can I make another one here? Now, the one thing I didn't do, well, let's deal with what I did do. So there's no water movement here at all. That's pretty much the water level of that water spawner, in which that's where the level of that slope line of the dam has to be. Now, what I should have done is put in the dam before I broke this wall. But like I said before, I'm on the learning curve just as much as anybody who's new to here on this, because I've never really played with the dam before. So now we've got two rivers flowing into one, which is not a bad thing. Oh, that one shut off. So let's get this going first. All right, so if we put it below the water line, like right about there, that should do. Oh boy. Or not. Maybe that's too low. But I'm thinking we just need to get everything all steadied and you know, equalized before it can. That one's still not working. And it's sort of a good thing too. You'll see. Oh, 16 megs. 0. You would think it'd be running by now, but what the problem is there's no imbalance of level. Like the level on this side of the bridge has got to be higher than on the other side. There's got to be a drop on the other side. Similarly to that, but that I think we have found the level of standing water, which means I need to lower that. Now let me just check if we're at water level. Oh yeah, we're definitely at water level. So right now the spawner is shut off. It's not dispensing any water. So that means the dam has got to drop a little bit so that the water goes into the fill holes or the spillway or whatever it's called technically. I have no idea really. I do drywall. So we're going to cheat, we're going to use move it, and we're going to lower this down a little bit. At least I think that's what I do here, because that's not going to rise. Two sides are different at two different levels. So let's go down, 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 right about there. That should be good. Oh. Did you hear it start up? I did. She's running. There we go. 32 megawatts. Okay, 16. The fact is, it's running. Now, because we have two rivers flowing into one, the back pressure from one river is going to affect the other river. At least that's my story. I'm sticking to it. They're both. Are they working? No. Yes and no. This one's still trying to even itself out, I guess. And I mean the river itself. There's a couple of big swells in there. So just to be safe, I think I'm going to drop this a teeny bit. There. Maybe that works. Oh wow, what's that ahead of us? That's back pressure from the other. It looked like back pressure for a second. Well, they sure look pretty. Actually, they look like dams. The question is, are they running? This one looks like it's running. No, it's not. And why? Because the water level on both sides are equal. So, whoa. And it's flooding, so yeah. That one's running. Water level's different on both sides. So the water's able to escape easier, but it's sloshing back this way. And causing it both sides to be equal. Oh boy. Do you see what I see? Looks like it's backing up. Yep, that one's starting to flood. See, there's some ripples in the water here. You would think it'd be able to handle it, but I think this opening, this wide part, is too skinny. Do I want to adjust this? No. At this point, I'm thinking, foolishly, that I can put this third one in. And it's not like it won't let me. But the back pressure, I don't quite have a handle on that in my head of how big of a problem that's going to be. So I'm thinking I could do a terracing sort of thing, or put a generator, like a hydro dam up there, and then another one down here, and I could terrace them. You can, but I'm gonna have to do more work on terracing, because this is not gonna work very well. It's like, wow, this one's bubbling up like 16 megawatts. Same with the other two, that they were fluctuating between 16 and 32 and 0, because the water levels are equal on both sides. So the water has got to mellow out down this river before it can work properly. They usually find their way, right? Their equilibrium sort of thing, I guess you could call it. But I guess a certain amount of volume has to be able to pass through. Well, I mean, not even that. I mean, look how equal those two sides are. Now that's different on either side. I'm looking at the arrows here. There's a little bit of turbulence going on there. And I think that's where the back pressure, and it's not back pressure, it's like an undercurrent, which was news to me. Because I think very soon we're going to get a look at the smaller creek river, and realize how flooded that dam is. This is equal on both sides. It's running. That one is completely underwater. And it's because of the back pressure. Well, back pressure because of the other dam, and from the output of the other dam, of the first dam that we worked on. I've got plenty of room. I could probably increase the output of this river, of its water spawner, but a lot of people, they don't have the ability to do that. So I'm going to work with, well, the least I can. That one's flooding too. But this one, it's kind of deceiving, because it looks like it's all the water's going downstream except for a little bit, and it's coming back towards the dam and flowing back over. It's the back pressure. The water dynamics aren't exactly realistic, but they're pretty darn close. Oh, that one's flooded too. So you know what? I think this little experiment has pretty much told me that I don't know enough to cascade these things yet. But I know given enough time, I can figure this out. Do you think that's a big enough truck? Holy cow. Must be a roadblock somewhere that's causing that to come through here. Alright, so they're finally operating. Has it mellowed out? I think it has. I'm thinking it has. So we're stable between 16 and 32 megs. Times 2, that's not a bad bunch of power. Is it worth it? Don't know. Oh, it doesn't pollute. Oh, especially when it's not working. But no, it doesn't pollute anyways. So as long as we can get a difference, oh, there's some more backwater coming in. So the problem we're having here is the water level on the outside's got to be lower than the water that's going into the dam, right? And that's not what we have here. And as long as we don't have that difference, well, it won't operate, which makes logical sense. This one's having the same problem too. Look at that swell. Oh. See, now they're pushing back on each other. I guess given enough time, they might equal out. Oh my gosh, that's my neighbor. That's if you can hear that. But you know, I think we have to remove the dam here. What I'd like to do is put one at the Y, at the mouth of the Y, where the two rivers meet into one. Because there I think I have a whole lot more control rather than what's going on here, where one dam's flow is pushing against the other dam's flow, causing, you know, I guess, would you call that an undercurrent? Which is swelling water back up to the dam and flooding the dams. Kind of thinking that if I wait long enough, it will equal out. But I think what they'll do is they'll just play tag back and forth, or ping pong, you know. I will flood here, and then once I start working and pushing water through my dam, then I'm going to back pressure the other one, and they'll play this game back and forth. I mean, as you can see, there's a lack of movement right there, right? Like a null point, which tells me that that dam is not operating. Oh. Prove me wrong. That one's definitely not working. It's hard to work when they're underwater. Look at that water just spilling back. And it's not coming from down the river. It's coming from the other dam. So, I guess a little bit more scientific approach has got to happen in order to get these two running right. I guess they both got to be on the same level. But they can't because they got different sized water spawners. So, it would be a lot better just to use the two rivers to power one dam. That one's got the equal water on both sides. This one is getting a washing, a deep washing. Yeah, that's not working at all. I'm surprised water is still flowing in that direction, even though with this back pressure. Yeah, that's all wrong. That's all wrong indeed. So, sooner or later, I give up on it, and I bulldoze it. I'm going to try to lift it, but that's going to probably cause a problem for the other dam. As a matter of fact, I mean, we've watched it happen. So, up. Gotta wait. Green, there we go. Now I have it. Up, 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 up. Yeah, it just brought more water. Will that be enough? Highly unlikely. So I can imagine you've gone through this trial or tribulation, whatever. And if you have played with dams, I hope you're laughing at me. It'd be nice if I was giving you some information, but yeah, the only information I'm giving you is water's flowing uphill. That's back pressure from that thing when it runs. Because I guess that the throat of the main river is not big enough to actually handle all the water escaping it. Look at that, just trickling through there. So yeah, there's got to be some backwashing going on here. What do you call that, a riptide? I really don't know, even though I live on the ocean. Yeah. Oh, it looks like we're getting somewhere. Oh, she turned on. And she flooded again. I am stubborn. And the reason I'm stubborn is because I want to make sure that I totally understand why a thing is happening the way it's happening. And since there cannot be only one explanation on why water would back up this way, it stands to reason that I don't have these two configured properly so that they can work together. And another wash. There we go. Insane. Yeah, you too. We're done. Okay, so what did we get out of that? The water level has to be at the slope of the wall, of the concrete wall. And the water differential has to be, well, as extreme as it can be without shutting it off. So, knowing that, the most ideal place oh, this is where I start to recognize the city. It's like, well, why would you do that? Why is that ramp there? Kind of find it a little odd. Oh, it's got turnarounds at both ends. You know, it would be a lot easier just putting an interchange for the airport. Mind you, it wouldn't look that symmetrical. So I guess that's why they did that, for the symmetry. Oh yeah, I'm over here because I'm letting time go by. Because now that I took out the two dams, what needs to happen now is the water levels need to relax. The rivers need to get used to not having something stuck in them for now. Because if I'm going to do this again, yeah, if I'm going to do this again, I want the river to be calm. I want there to be a flow to it, of course, but I don't want any jostling going on back and forth to confuse me. Yeah, I clearly remember this city. This city came to me some time ago. They were having problems with corner buildings. There's a couple of areas on the property or in the map where they couldn't produce corner buildings, and they wanted to put specifically in those areas corner buildings. I really can't remember where the conversation went. I think I too had problems with a couple of places. Why? I'm not too sure. 74, that's almost nothing. Mainly agriculture, but they're not. Oh, there they are, those little spots over there. Huh. So, Yeah, this is where I recognize it's like, I know this city for sure. Because I changed the traffic, the way the traffic came through here. It all looks the same, but it operates a little bit different. Instead of having all the traffic coming up the center, in which I totally understand why they did that. I have them come up the two main streets, or the two streets on the outside. There's still traffic coming up the center, making it look busy, but you don't have big tailbacks like this. Because regardless or not, I mean, there's building to drive to here, and there's tourists that will always seek these places out, so they'll find them either way. So you really don't need to force traffic down this one main street. And the way they did that is they put a 6-lane down the center, which is at 60, and on either side they travel at 50. So of course, what do? I just switch that around. I turn this street into a 50 and the other two streets into 60s. Does it change the traffic dynamic? Yeah, of course it does. Does it improve the traffic flow? Not so much. Maybe by a couple of base points, but nothing drastic. I do have a copy where I get this up to like 89%. But seeing that nobody asked for it, I just left it be. Alright. So it looks like we're back. Water looks relaxed. There's our water line. So I'm thinking, well, that's where it should go. But here's the thing. See the crest or the walls of this river? That's where the water line is now, but it's flowing downhill. So if I start up here and tell the water to back up to that point, as long as the too steep, as long as I don't shut off the water spawners, it should work. So just a little bit above the water line. Oh, I see. I didn't. There, this is got to stay level. 0. That's no good. So it's telling me, why 0? Okay, so we went higher. Definitely, but 10 meters higher. Because every dark line, I think, is a 10 mark. That's 20 meters higher. That's 10. As long as the water will back up to that slope wall, ooh, like that. Ooh, boy. Oh, turned on. Okay. 144 megawatt. Well, that's a lot. The thing is, it's got to stay that way, right? 128, 80. Well, the 128 was looking really nice. But now that it's letting water through, it's going to lower the water line on this side a little bit. And I think it's going to level out at 112 or 96 to 112. See the difference in water level? So far, everything's good. So essentially that's it. Make sure the water line comes up to the slope wall. And make sure that your output is wide enough so that the water level stays lower on the other side. 16. I guess it's... Anyways, I'm going to cap this one right here. And when we come back, we're going to come back with a small little one in which I show you I bring this from 80 megawatts to 120, 128. and it stays stable there. Till then, hopefully you caught something. Oh, it's going to play with me for a while. Hope you caught something out of this. I certainly did. It was a good learning curve for me. Have fun with City Skylines, and ciao for now.